We're at Elbaf already. We're finally here. And for him still be getting talked to like this, Joy Boy wasn't this weak. You're too weak to actually compare to that dude. I really, really enjoyed that as a plot development.
Larry said this may open up to other conversations too, because what is this stake where, like, because he's comparing it obviously to Joy Boy. And we got a sense or a feel of Joy Boy's hockey before, and it was also not necessarily compared to Shanks, but it was like, wow, this hockey's like even stronger than Shanks, or like, is it like a question mark? Where does that put Shanks then compared to this?
All right, so the bigger question is now, Sebastian, Blackbeard still final villain after this? Like,
Yo, again, I don't know how we keep not getting it. Larry, pay attention to me this time, please. So I was talking about how I love seeing Luffy struggle. I love to see him take L's. This one really did remind me of the Crocodile loss, where he got stabbed through the chest by Crocodile in Alabasta. And I wonder if Oda will go the same route, where he has him fight him 3 times in the same arc to try to survive, because that was technically round 1 between Luffy and Crocodile. But I really love seeing it. I didn't think Oda would get as gory as he did, but this looked absolutely insane in terms of blood gushing out of Luffy. Like, it looked like I was reading Kingdom. Like, I didn't anticipate seeing Luffy impaled to this degree. We talked about Imu's speed earlier. I don't know if this weapon gives him a speed boost or what, but he packed Luffy up with the quickness. Like, he closed the distance between him and those trees in an instant. Luffy couldn't react. He said, huh? And got poked. And I really, really, really love the fact that he put it all back in Luffy's face, where he says, you know what? You're right. You're not Joy Boy. Joy Boy wasn't this weak. I love that so very much. I already mentioned the Crocodile callback, where he kind of was like, yo, there's levels to this. A pirate of your caliber couldn't hope to touch me. And then in this instance, I'm reminded of Luffy after Ace died, and his whole thing about I'm no pirate king was because he was too weak and Ace ended up dying. For Luffy to basically become a Yonko, have his awakened ability, have this hockey, we're at Elbaf already. We're finally here. And for him still be getting talked to like this, Joy Boy wasn't this weak. You're too weak to actually compare to that dude. I really, really enjoyed that as a plot development, because it's not just that Luffy lost, it's that he has to come to this realization too. Like, you're still not there. I low diffed you, bro. I had more trouble with Loki, and Loki was low-key injured when we fought. Now, I don't know that Luffy's down for the count right here. Based off how he got impaled, he probably should be. I don't know where I was going with that if he's alive, which has a couple of different connotations, because typically Luffy doesn't like lose these fights. I'm trying to remember if Sanji and Zoro had already won their fights. You know what I mean? Like, this happens later in the arc to me, typically.
They did.
Yeah, they had already won, right?
Yeah.
Granted, Luffy lost to Kaido a few times, but like they typically wrap all that up first. You know what I'm saying? And then you have Luffy go through these highs and lows, these real big lows. So I was like, is Luffy actually down, or is he getting up from this? Because there wasn't as much build up to him losing in this fashion as you would expect. Granted, the Kaido one had him getting knocked off the roof that kind of got cut back to, but I don't know. I wasn't anticipating Luffy losing. I anticipated him being on the back foot as he was and not having a great showing in this chapter. But he lost, man. It seems as though he's down. Granted, he's still in gear 5th, so maybe he's not. But in general, this is what you want to see from Imu. This entire chapter, he was on go mode, and we talked a lot about like Luffy and Joy Boy and whether the Devil Fruit's taking over, the Dawn attacks, etc. Luffy need to start tapping back into whatever Joy Boy was using, because clearly what he got ain't enough.
Like you said, he speed blitzed Luffy in gear 4. Like, you know, that, like, I didn't think that would happen. And with Future Sight, Emo closed this, just like, no, and Luffy couldn't even see it coming. Like, oh, huh? And then couldn't react. And the double damage of like being cut through, and with the Omis coming, because right after you get set, you see him coming, but you see the Omis saying, go, go, go. Like, they're still going to continue to tackle what they're assigned to do by Emu in the first place. So it's like you take, in a way, like a double hit here, I guess. And then Emu's look when he does it to Luffy and then says, like, I know Joy Boy. He was not this weak, is a cold statement. And it speaks so much to, like, again, what Luffy has to grow into. Because, like, again, I kind of also like this, because before I said the top has to be stronger. And this, to me, goes back, because at the time, the Yonko were the top, you know, before we got introduced to Emu. And I would always argue, I wouldn't accept that after a 2 year time skip, that Luffy was already Yonko level. I go, no, they have to be stronger. They're going to be something else. They're going to be, got to the point where, like, for example, even Hawkins said, the Yonko strength didn't make sense. Like, they were so strong, it didn't make sense. But now we're seeing that Imu's even beyond that. Because Luffy's in a way kind of reaching that Yonko level or reached the Yonko status at the very least. But then Imu's just like, this is weak. Like, this is the class of warriors I'm used to fighting or that I know, you're weak. Like, you're nothing. And I low lift you. Like, it also shows too, like before, he was unimpressed or like not even amused by Luffy this entire time. And I guess if you want to know, he's probably compared it maybe to Joy Boy. Because I was looking at the way he was looking at Luffy when Imu was distracted by Brook. Again, the way he did it, the way he blocked it, shows to this here. This is weak, man. And I kind of not really called it out, but I said before, I know people are like hyping up saying Imu downscale through that one punch or whatever, but that's why I attached it to like what Oda was giving you, because we got beforehand how Luffy was hyping up Imu, talking about like he's never felt hockey like this. It's so heavy, it's harsh. I don't think I can win without a full stomach. Then now Luffy gets a full stomach, and now he reverses saying, I don't think anybody can beat me because I feel so overpowered. I feel so much strength just flowing through me. Right? So Luffy's thinking, I'm at the top of my game here. I don't see anyone beating me. And Uma's like, this is weak. This is the top of your game? This is weak, bro. That's what Oda was trying to go, like, kind of give no excuses for, like Luffy. Like, no, you're the top of your game, but showing Imu's level here. And Imu's like, this is nothing. Showing that, because even after Imu got punched by Luffy, he kind of, like, he got hit. He was just like, okay. So he felt Luffy's punch there. He's still saying this is weak. I also want to add, because this, like you said, Larry said, this may open up to other conversations too, because where does this stake where, like, because he's comparing it obviously to Joy Boy. And we got a sense or a feel of Joy Boy's hockey before, and it was also not necessarily compared to Shanks, but it was like, wow, this hockey's like even stronger than Shanks, or like, is it like a question mark? Where does that put Shanks then compared to this? I always believe that Luffy was nowhere near Shanks' level at this time. But if Shanks' hockey now is being compared to like possibly even Joy Boy's, where does that rank Shanks now for us? Compared to like especially to Imu. Where do we rank where like Shanks could fight against Imu? Because obviously it's not going to be like this level where Luffy just got like no diff. Where we rank that? So they open up other conversations with that too. Because that opens up like Shanks' caliber of a warrior and his hockey at too.
I thought with the crocodile thing, and I started thinking of other comparisons what Oda does and like references. I was wondering if Oda, because this is Luffy's first encounter with Imu, and we already know what Luffy's first encounter technically with Crocodile was. I thought, the whole stabbing and, acknowledging that like, Luffy's like, he's green, that he can't last long in a Grand Line, something like that, what Crocodile said. And now Imu doing something similar, comparing him to Joy Boy, calling him like pretty much you're weak or you're green, like you're not there. And it's just crazy. Just, we compare like Imu's supposed to be almost like all the main protagonists that Luffy fought. I'm thinking it'd be crazy to think that Luffy has to go through almost all what he went through already to get to here. He has to do it all over again. Imu's the like boss, main boss, that all the stuff that Luffy went through to get to Imu, he has to pretty much relive everything again. That's what I thought. I wonder if Oda's doing it from Crocodile on. I'm talking about Crocodile on. All the steps that Luffy had to do, an inversion way. I know people thought, all right, Luffy got, taken out with Crocodile with the stabbing, 3 times going to lose to Imu. I really thought, nah. I thought Imu's this high and big. It's Luffy's whole pirate journey from the Grand Line all the way to Imu. He has to relive to get that much stronger to fight Imu. That's what I really thought. Like, I'm like, that is crazy to think. The other thing I thought of, I don't know if Luffy passed or like he's taken out or he's on the verge of dying, but I find it interesting what's going to happen now with the whole awakening concept. Because the first time Luffy passed, he died and, was passing. He wasn't awakened. He got taken out by Kaido. Now, Luffy went through this in awakened form now. He's awakened. What's that mean for Luffy in the Nika ability or the Sun God now? Because again, pretty much him awakening saved his life. What's going to happen to him getting this and possibly passing in this form? What we're going to see after? What's going to happen? That's what I'm actually interested in. This is like you got stabbed and you're bleeding out, and it looked like a lethal hit. I don't know where he stabbed him. I don't know if it's in the heart, the abdomen, or whatever, or between the chest and stomach. I don't know, but it's it's a big sword. He was a huge dude. That's a big sword, and it was a clean hit, and he got explosions on the back of his back. So just like I just want to know what's going to happen to Luffy in the what we're talking about awakening state.
Yeah.
So I wonder what that means.
Like the morning, mouth wide open like they yawning. Every time they see me, they in G-Shock. Homie, this is too far. Homie, I feel too alive. You can see me like Illuminati. You can see me like Illuminati. But I'm shining so bright. Don't come and try to share some of this light now. Give me a beat and I control it like a maestro. Ladies on a mission, they be trying to get me wiped up. Shawty, wait a minute, can't tell if I like ya. Gotta make sure you know how to shake it like a bartender. Team with me and they all winners. And you know we ballin' all winners.
I think the panel of Luffy getting stabbed is probably one of the hardest panels in all of One Piece. I know the crocodile one is definitely like, that's the first thing we thought of. But brother, the added commentary, Imu saying Joy Boy was not this week, it made me feel like we were watching Madara talk to Naruto and talking about Hashirama, the god of shinobi, was never this week. You want 5 Susanoo each, or do you just want one? Like, I was getting that type of aura, and I kind of want to frame this panel, dog. Like, I'm not even joking. Like Lionel said, like Lionel brought up a good point. What happens now? I don't know what happens, because he can't be saved by his Gear 5 fruit anymore. The only thing this is what I don't hope. Hold on, the way I'm saying is crazy. What I hope doesn't happen is that Oda introduces us to the Devil Fruit fully taking over Luffy, and then we somehow get Joy Boy, last Avatar, Airbender type, previous avatars enter into the mix, and now we got Joy Boy coming back. I would hate that. I think that would be terrible writing. I do not want to see Luffy get saved that way. And I honestly don't know what happens now, because Loki and Luffy are down for the count. All right, so the bigger question is now, Sebastian, Blackbeard's still final villain after this? Like,
yo, again, I don't know how we keep not getting it. Larry, pay attention to me this time, please. Emu has always been the final villain. I just still need Blackbeard versus Luffy.
Okay.
Even right now, even with this moment, if I had to choose between them two niggas, it's Blackbeard versus Luffy.
Listen, man, you gotta yell, bro.
Are you serious? Even right now, you're still choosing Blackbeard?
Even right now.
Like, as in, like, what you got is you would rather see Luffy versus Blackbeard over Luffy versus Emu, like, later on?
Can I ask this question instead? Do you think Blackbeard could get to this level of where Emu is at? Joe Lito's face.
No, bro. Nah.
That's what
if his father, who clearly stronger than he is that's a level Blackbeard now.
Listen.
Sorry.
So you see what I'm talking about? So we was always talking about like the bias in the chat, and everybody voted for me. But you saw Sebastian's face; he couldn't say no. That's true bias, bro.
So the reasoning why I need to know two things. One,
I didn't wipe.
One, is this all a devil fruit from Emu?
Okay, that makes sense.
Because if Blackbeard can eat a third devil fruit and he could take this one, presumably, then yeah, that would be his avenue. He wouldn't have the hockey, but he'd have the hacks,
right?
The hacks again, and the hacks a third time, and the versatility with the devil fruit piece. The other one is, can Blackbeard have a third devil fruit? Like, those would be the two. Like, if those two things can coexist, then yes, there's an avenue to Blackbeard getting even this strong.
I'll be wanting to suplex you, bro.
I just don't want to.
Yeah, bro. Like, you didn't even mention like hockey at all. Like,
I did mention hockey. Hold on. Go look at the tape. I mentioned hockey. I even said Blackbeard wouldn't have the hockey.
I can't picture Blackbeard. Like, he has to be. Oh, that should show something phenomenally crazy for Blackbeard to show that he's even passing.
You know what it have to be, Lionel? I know you probably didn't watch Dragon Ball Super, but when Majin Buu got mad fit, that's what Blackbeard would have to look like, bro.
Can't have it, bro. No.
Yeah, you ever seen Majin Buu when he was fit?
Can't do that.
When he was really broad or whatever.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a picture in it.
Yeah, I'm
gonna put a picture.
Super Lionel.
Can't do that.
And also too,
can't do it.
Sebastian, I'm sorry, because like we just seen Emu speed. Even with he gets Emu's ability, he's not gonna have that speed.
Yo, seriously.
Like that speed, because like we saw Kizaru didn't even speed blitz Luffy.
But he can do things. But plus, wait, he can do things that other people can't do.
Pause.
Like he can pull. Like Emu can't pull Luffy towards him. He can use the speed, but Blackbeard with this Devil Fruit would also be able to use the Yami to pull Luffy towards him. You know what I mean? Like, it's not. Come on. There's another layer of versatility.
This is what Blackbeard would have to amount to, brother, in order to be on Luffy's level, bro. I'm sorry. I get like being out of shape is kind of cool, but like You can't fight. You can't be on Emu level or stronger, bro, without looking like this.
You
dog.
can be a big boy in Emu's level. You was just hyping up Jinbei, man. All right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Big
man.
Jinbei.
Big Jinbei, bro. It's not the little one. All right. Not that little
All
seraphim, dog.